Namaste, everyone. Recently, I watched the latest in the Jumanji franchise, and I think it did take the comedy to the next level because Danny DeVito and Danny Glover really added some different sort of humor to the entire script. But it got me thinking about the entire Jumanji franchise. And the previous one, of course, was fun to watch as well. But I really want to talk about the first, the OG Jumanji, which starred Robin Williams, Kirsten Dunst, and I forget the names of the other two main characters. But Robin Williams is the main focus that pops up in my brain when I think about Jumanji and all the things that he had done over a very, very vast array of characters and with a lot of pathos, with a lot of, deep-seated emotion that I guess somehow or the other led to his unfortunate suicide or OD or, you know, whatever he thought it was, an escape from life or, maybe a huge shout for being remembered and for being acknowledged, you know. So it's always hard to see that, people who portray themselves as very humorous and very easygoing are battling demons inside. Case in point being Stephen Fry, another actor who I admire. Stephen Fry has, of course, opened up about his health, mental health challenges and everything. I think he made a nice documentary about it, which I haven't seen, so I won't comment on its, you know, quality or anything, or its content even. But what I do want to say is Robin Williams uh, is an icon, right? And I don't have my phone with me, but I had taken a few uh, snapshots when I was watching a documentary called Come Inside My Mind, which was about Robin Williams and which featured interviews from his partners, from his colleagues, and from his contemporaries. And I think the overarching theme in that was that when he was in his shell, when he was in his comfort zone, he would withdraw into himself and sort of, you know introspect. But when he was out as a public persona, he would absolutely go batshit crazy. There is no other, description of it, because if you watch his videos, especially from his early days, he is going in a stream of consciousness. He's like, I am saying these things extempore, but I do have a certain uh, theme in the back of my mind, which is directing my mind to come up with things to say. But Robin Williams would just go from kangaroos in Australia to penguins in Antarctica to tigers in Africa to elephants in India, all in one breath. And most of the time, I must admit, it might not make complete sense even to him. But such was his energy and such was his delivery style, completely free and absolutely absurd, that it sounded funny and it made people laugh either by the, vagueness of it or by the abstract nature of his stream of consciousness comedy, or by his observations, which were so unfiltered that it was bound to make a person shocked. Right? So shock comedy and mental monologues, mental dialogues, mental trialogues, because there are so many characters pulling at threads inside our brains, at least as far as I you know think about my brain, that like sometimes I will want to make a video about a certain series, like say Charlie Chopra. So I made a 1 minute short about it, but I want to make a longer video about it in which I'm playing two characters, and one guy is saying Charlie Chaplin, and the other guy says, no, no, it's Charlie Chopra. And the first guy says, all right, whatever it is, it's nice. And then the second guy says, yeah, but it's a slow burn. And then the first guy says, that I really like the cast and the actors, and the second guy says that the characters were somehow not very deep, and the storyline seemed a little convenient. And the first guy says, "Are you watching for entertainment, or do you want a thesis in investigation and detective stories?" And the second guy says, "You're right. Let's just chill out." And both of them combine into me. But all right, that aside, I think Jumanji in itself is a very fun concept, and getting sucked into a game is kind of what people do with video games these days, especially over the past decade or so. The role-playing games and the MMORPGs, the Second Life sort of virtual reality, metaverse, all these kind of things are basically direct results of first world problems, right? So you immerse yourself in virtual or augmented reality, not really augmented reality, you immerse yourself in a virtual reality because one, you don't have real life problems to deal with, your food, clothing, shelter, everything is taken care of, or to escape from the problems that you're facing in real life, harassment, discrimination, you know, things that are not really in your control. And so I think Robin Williams was obviously part of a much older generation who did not have these escapes, and the only escape he could find was within his mind. And that is why, I guess, after a long and well lived life in which he made countless people laugh, including yours truly, he bid adieu in the best way he thought possible. And I do not condone suicide, but I will say that many factors play into such a heavy decision. And you can, celebrities are, of course, the poster children of suicide. But on the other end of the spectrum are the farmers who commit suicide because of financial pressures, students who commit suicide because of peer pressure, and there is a lot of angst inside the mind of such troubled people. And I don't know, I would like to be part of a conversation which sort of tries to alleviate the pressures that lead to such drastic decisions, because even attempted suicides are you know results of intense pressure. And if we can sort of get together as a wholesome society and try and make it better for everybody, I think that would be ideal. So idealistic thinking aside, I know that a utopia is very hard to create, but what's the harm in trying for it? And I guess now that I'm a dad, I want my daughter to grow up in a world which is uh, unburdened, which doesn't put pressure on people to perform in specific ways or to follow certain rigid norms. I want freedom for the individual to be able to pursue what they think is right. Of course, without hurting other people, goes without saying. So I guess this video, meandered into a lot of territories. But if you found something that you relate to, or if you have any thoughts, please do share them in the comments. Do the YouTube thing, LSS, Lawrence School Sanar, like, share, subscribe. And I'm Akshat, of course. If you haven't seen any of my other videos, do check them out. I promise they are not as, I won't say depressing, but I will say not as serious as this. I generally aim for awesomax fun, so smash that sub button. Thank you so much for watching. Namaste once again, and the weekend is coming up. I will be recording many more reviews, sports highlights, and Manchester United's matches coming up Saturday night India time against Sheffield United. Fingers crossed they do well. The Indian football team lost to Malaysia 4-2 as expected, but Sunil Chhetri, captain Awesomax, scored a goal, so he added to his tally and kept up his spot in at the third position in the international active goal scorers list. India, of course, are ramming it full power in the World Cup. We won against Bangladesh yesterday, and hopefully we will win against New Zealand on Sunday, which should be a fun day. Sunday is going to be a different day for us, but that we will see. Six Arism. That's how I live life as an existentialist humanist. So thank you all so much for watching once again. And if you like my digressions, please channel your thoughts into the comments. Thanks so much once again for watching. Goodbye. Take care. Stay safe. Namaste.